Hi everyone, this is Shravani. Welcome to my channel NCERT Made Easy. In the previous video, we discussed some questions of Child Development and Pedagogy of January 2021, Paper 2, and in this video, we'll continue the remaining ones. Question number 16. According to Jean Piaget, children in formal operational stage 1. Cannot conserve, classify, and seriate. 2. Begin to engage in make believe and symbolic play. 3. Are capable of hypothetical deductive reasoning and propositional thought. 4. Are bound by centration and the irreversibility of thought. In the formal operational stage of Jean Piaget, the children are capable of hypothetical deductive reasoning and the propositional thought, nothing but it is an ability to think scientifically. So, cannot conserve, classify, and seriate. It happens in pre operational stage. Begin to engage in make believe and the symbolic play. The children engage in a make believe in symbolic play in the pre operational stage, and it is not the formal operational stage. Are bound by the centration and the irreversibility of thought. This also happens in the pre-operational stage. The children are able to think only in a one direction, not in the multiple directions of a situation, and they cannot reverse their thought. So option 3 is the right one. Question number 17. At which stage of Lawrence Kohlberg's theory of moral development do individuals believe that actively maintaining the current social system ensures positive human relationships and societal order? 1. The instrumental purpose orientation. 2. The universal ethical principle orientation. 3. The punishment and the obedience orientation. 4. The social order maintaining orientation. In Lawrence Kohlberg's theory of moral development, individuals believe that in which stage the individuals believe that actively maintaining the current social system ensures positive human relationships. In the instrumental purpose orientation, the children's morality is based on their self-interest and it is not on the other relations. It is not to maintain the human relationship. It is totally self. The universal ethical principle orientation means here the morality is based only if the individual feel that it is right, then only they will be able to follow the moral or the rules. They will not think of the legal restrictions or the opinion of the others. So it is last stage of the Kohlbergs. And the punishment and the obedience orientation, here the children will be following the rules only to avoid the punishment and obedience. And here in the social order maintaining orientation, here the morality is based to avoid the severe disapproval. They don't want to get disapproval from the others. So here you can see that they want to maintain the societal system and ensures positive human relationship. They want positive human relationship, and it is option 4. They want approval. They don't want to get disapproved by the people in the society. For that reason, they will be following the rules. So option 4 is the right one. Question number 18. During the period of childhood development, 1. Consists only of quantitative changes. 2. Is disorderly and disjointed. 3. Is slow and cannot be measured. 4. Is multi-layered and complex. During the period of childhood, in childhood, how the development will be consists only of quantitative changes. Not only, it consists of both quantitative and the qualitative. It consists of qualitative also. Is disorderly and disjointed. It is there will be order and they are connected. So option 1 and 2 are wrong. Is slow. The development in the childhood is not slow, it is fast. Option 4 is the right one. It is multi-layered and complex. In childhood, the development is multi-layered and complex. Option 4 is the right one. Question number 19. Zone of proximal development is 1. The process where two individuals who begin with different understandings arrive at a shared understanding. 2. The process in which children learn to perform tasks as set by the elder members in the society. 3. The area between the child's current level of independent performance and the level of performance that the child could achieve with the help of adults and more skilled peers. 4. A range of tasks that the child should be able to do as per her age but cannot. Zone of proximal development means nothing but it is an area between the child's current level of independent performance and the level of performance that the child could achieve with the help of adults and the more skilled peers. For example, if the child is able to do work independently in this area, and in this area the child needs support. To reach this level, the child needs support of the or the guidance from the adults or the more skilled peers. So this help is called as scaffolding. For example, we will teach additions to the children. The child is now able to do the additions. Now the next level is subtractions. So to go from addition to subtraction, we need to give some support to the children. Later the child will be able to do the subtractions independently. So it is the current level of independent performance, and here the child needs the help to. So to reach that level, we need to give some support, and that is called as zone of proximal development. 1, 2 and 4 are wrong. 20. In a progressive classroom, assessment of learners during the process of teaching learning. 1. Is helpful in identifying high, low and non-achievers for the purpose of giving feedback to the parents. 2. Is very important since it gives insight into children's understanding and helps the teacher to reflect on her pedagogy. 3. Is not at all helpful in children's learning. 4. Creates a hindrance in the process of children's learning. In a progressive classroom is nothing but it is a child centered classroom. How the assessment helps in the teaching learning process is helpful in identifying the high, low and non achievers for the purpose of giving feedback. Assessment is not for identifying the high, low or non achievers. For identifying the high, low or non achievers or for giving the feedback, this one is wrong. Option 2 is very important since it gives insight into the children's understanding and helps the teacher to reflect on her pedagogy. See here, assessment helps both the children and the learners. Here both children and the teachers, children and the teachers gets benefit from the assessment. How means the children will be able to understand what they have learned. They'll be understanding what the mistakes they are doing, and also teacher will understand in what way the teacher has to teach them so that they will be able to understand. So option 2 is the right one. Is not helpful. Assessment is helpful in the children's learning, so it is wrong. It creates a hindrance in the process of children's learning process. It does not create hindrance, it facilitates the teaching learning process. So option 2 is the right one. I hope you enjoyed the session. If you like the session, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching.